Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live Challenge Fight Night. We are midweek, everybody. We've had a busy week. We had our main events the other night, and then we ran a little bit over on the main events. Then we had some good Walking Dead content last night. We had some great inventory adjustments. I'm about 90% finished with your inventory. I know it's going to please a lot of you guys. I still have to add Amy's box. I still got to add Father Ron's last box, and I still got to add the trigger and fly rod box. But other than that, I've got all your trades, all your used items, all your PDL bundles, and all your pack openings. So we should be able to get a good inventory stream tomorrow night. Get you guys called up, see the banker. We are going to be visiting the banker again tomorrow night and getting you guys set up because we got a big event on Friday night. Am I coming through loud and clear with everybody? Can you guys hear me okay? We doing well, getting ready for tonight. Tonight's going to be a little bit different because we've got some brand new players we want to break into Play Dead Live. And as I said before, we got two big main event matches that carried over. We've got Deadly Dimes versus Moonshot. It's going to be a very interesting match. Great gear check. And then our feature main event tonight is going to be Amy Bones Ferrero versus Cardinal Crawfish. Two of probably the best geared players in the game, so I'm looking forward to that. I am going to answer a couple questions that come up with combat that I want you guys to understand. So before we get into the new fights, I'm going to say this, and a couple people may ask this because I was explaining to Father Ron. At low levels, we're doing a thing called filters. So we're filtering your gear, and it's going to consolidate some of your gear. Here's the point to that. So if Deadly Dimes has 8 health, she has more than that, but she has 8, and she walks around the corner and I hit her with a Goldar grenade, the match is over. Really nothing to see. With filters, what happens is there is a modifier put onto both players' gear equally. What that could mean, for example, that could mean that Ron's gear is a 10 and Amy's gear is an 8. For sake of the match, we may put a 50% bonus modifier on it. So Ron may go up to 15, Amy may go up to 12, so on and so forth. So at lower levels, and to prevent the matches from being 10-second matches, your gear is going to be modified and increased, and your damage is going to be slightly buffed and lowered, but the same percentage applies to both players. So one player does not get one advantage over the other. So I want you guys to kind of understand that. So when you're asking like, hey, my damage added up to 8 and I hit and it was only 4, then you can figure out there was probably a 50% multiplier put on that, so it's going to make the matches a little bit more strategic and a little bit longer. We don't want the matches to be 20-minute matches, but we don't want the matches to be 60-second matches. Now, if you ask me what the modifier is, I'm not telling you what the modifier is. And my analogy to that is, Father Ron, you guys want to hear a joke? Father Ron walks into a bar. Okay. Who wants to hear a joke? If you want to hear a joke, hit the like button before we officially... This is the pre-stream. We're not starting yet, but if you guys want to hear a Father Ron joke, then I'll explain to you how your matches work out. Let's see who all's here. I hope I got everybody here. Jim does. Okay. So a priest walks into a bar, and Ron starts a fight with this little guy, and all of a sudden this guy rips off his shirt like Bruce Lee and does a little karate on Father Ron, and Father Ron is a bigger dude than him, but Father Ron is the one taken out of the bar. So Father Ron knows nothing about this person. This is a little bit of the way that PDL is going to work with your gear. You don't know what you don't know. You do know some of the inventory, you do know some of the bonuses, but the way modifiers are going to work is when you go into a challenge match, you're not going to have all that information. And I know in some games you want all of that data, you want hit points to pop up on a boss, right? 5 of us are walking in, we see the big dragon, the dragon has 100,000 hit points. I know when that last hit comes in that we're going to win. But that's not the way fights typically work, with unknown and adrenaline and filters and all of the above. So there is going to always be a little bit of mystery to your fight, but not to a point where you're not going to know when the finishing touch is about to happen. Does that make sense to you guys? That's the real nature we want to provide to the game, not just, hey, Amy's at 10, Father Ron's at 10, okay, you hit, now she's at 8, you hit, now she's at 5, you hit, now she's at 3, okay, so on and so forth. It's going to be a little bit more tricky than that. I got a super chat in the house. I got Valar. Hello, Valar. Hello, 999 Army. Kills all the great mods, channel members, PDL players, sponsors, super chatters, super stickers. Ready for some fire. Ready to rain some fire. So I'm hoping Valar gets in a challenge match tonight. So does that help you guys understand a little bit of how combat is going right now? Now, at level 5 and level 10, you're going to get a more true indication of combat, because your gear is going to be to a point to where the matches are going to be where we need the matches to go. But early on, I would imagine, at least for the next month or so, you're going to get a few buffs with some players and a few nerfs, is what we call it, with some players too. And I think in a typical match, even tonight, you're going to see the health is slightly increased, the damage is slightly decreased, which is going to make it a couple turns longer. All right. We got another minute before we get into the challenge matches and the setup and everything else. That is how you've been playing already. And it has not affected the outcome from what I've tested so far, Jim, of any match so far. So thank you so much, Goucher. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate that super chat and your support. Absolutely incredible. So it's been like that behind the scenes. Now, let me also say this. The game is not at a point where I'm calling it play testing, but it is at a point to where if items come out way too strong, we're going to lower those items. If items come out way too weak, we're going to gradually say, this shouldn't be a +1, this should be a +2. So I do reserve the right to make some changes with some of these things to enhance gameplay. It's all going to be about the experience, and people are going to get an edge, but very few people should be able to dominate the entire game. And if Cardinal Crawfish challenges Tammy Hill, I'm sorry, it's going to be a fast match. But if Cardinal Crawfish challenges Bonnie, it's going to be a pretty interesting match, and 1 or 2 items could make the difference, or 1 or 2 bad moves could make the difference. But could Will, who is slightly less geared than Crawfish, beat Crawfish? Yeah, with a couple moves. But that's kind of what I see the game taking place. And then as we get through Crowley's farm and go to the next level, the buffs are going to be lower. The buffs are going to be less, and it's going to be more true. Don't even know what you're talking about right now, Crawfish. Might come up later on tonight. But nope, no clue. Go put the little one to bed and be back before your match. But in the bigger matches tonight, as Crawfish brought up, there'll be an interesting dynamic. We had a couple players play home field advantage. Now, what home field advantage does is it gives their class a slight edge. So tonight, Deadly Dimes is playing Moonshot, and Moonshot dropped home field advantage, which means she's coming into his house, which means he's going to get a slight advantage on gameplay. And Amy Bones Ferrero dropped a home field advantage too, which means Crawfish is coming into her house. And she's a doctor. So you'll see how all that plays out tonight. and you'll see what the buffs, what the advantages, and what the situations are. But can Crawfish gain the upper hand when he's going to be in Amy's backyard? We got Bonnie Wright. Time to watch and learn. No nerves tonight. That is well said, Bonnie. Watch and learn. Have a good time. See the way people play. Watch the way new players, mid-level players. And then the main event, you're probably going to be a little nervous for the players playing. And I would assume there's going to be some super chats that will happen from time to time. And let me say this with super chats, because I did address this. Super chats can be played in any match to create a challenging situation. Once again, I know you guys have heard this before. I reserve the right to veto that. If you come up with something super, super crazy and it is distraction, instant death, I'm not going to allow it. I may modify it and give a version of it, but super chats during combat should be meant to challenge, make them fun, make them funny. We've actually created some new items from super chats. You guys saw Fido last week in the Gates of Hell match between Will and Ron. Well, Fido became an actual item. You guys saw Busy Bee release the bees. The bees became an actual item. Oh, I got one more thing before we get into the bundles and we get into new players. Your inventory this week, study it carefully. I've made a lot of changes to your inventory. This is important. I need you guys to really, really grasp a hold of this. Little by little, your inventories are going to be organized by subcategory. So, for example, if last week you had a bee potion, this week it might say, even instead of potion bee, it's probably going to say summon bees. Fido is going to be summon Fido. Swords are going to be under the sword category. So you may have a Leo +4. It's not going to be under L. Eventually it's going to be under swords, Leo +4. Arrows, unholy arrow. Armor, helm. So you'll be able to look down and see all your armor, all your weapons, all your arrows, all your potions. I won't be 100% this week, but very soon you're going to just be able to look at a subcategory and then pick all of your items. It's going to make it much, much easier for you guys whenever you're playing, organizing, and selling as well. So hopefully, don't give me a thumbs up for that yet. Don't cheer it yet. It's going to take me this week. It'll look a little bit better, but this week you're still going to have some items that are going to say like bionic feet, bionic foot, and you're going to have some areas going to say banded armor, armor banded +3. Bear with me for another week or so, and then I'm gradually going to go through, filter it, get the mistakes out of there, and get it where it is easy, organized for each and every one of you guys. You guys kind of excited about that? All right. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, Jim. I know you guys, you sort through it. It's like, well, what is this? What is that? You know, you're going to see something instead of Crimson +3, you're going to see Axe-Crimson +3. Instead of Phoenix 335, it's going to say Bow-Phoenix 335. Instead of AR-15 AP3, it's going to say Ammo-AR-15 AP3. So you'll know what is ammo, what is a potion, what is a smoke, what is a summon. Instead of a horse, it's going to say vehicle, horse. So, yeah, I'm excited about it because it's making my life a lot easier. And believe me, after the last couple days, I need my life to be a whole hell of a lot easier. Wow. You guys know what you know, right? So we're going to block some of that noise out. Let's get into what we do, which is Play Dead Live. This is meant to get some of the new players involved, some of the new challenges out there, have a little bit of fun. The Warglaive, that's a good question, Will. And there are going to be some items like that. Warglaive is not a sword. It may go in under the sword category right now because I don't know if I'm going to have daggers, swords. I do have axes as a subcategory, and I do have swords. So I'd probably say it might go under a sword, but at least you're going to know it's a weapon. So let me kind of crawl before I walk. So if I don't have it, it's a glaive. So if I don't have a glaive category, now boomerangs are going to have their own category. And I will tell you, if you see something that has its own category, there's probably going to be more to come. Because look, we got a bangarang, we got a bladerang, we got a fangarang. So there will be a boomerang category. But a warglaive will probably show up in the swords category initially. And then later on, if we add more to it, it might show up in a glaive category. I'm also working on some things, and I had Crystal Crazy L is a master of graphic design, and we may be working. I know this is going to make everybody go crazy. She has offered to help me work on some guides, and I know you guys be, yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. There's still a lot more to do before we get to that point, but yes, we want to create guides which have armor, weapons, smokes, projectiles, all of the above. Not there yet, but that is the direction where you guys will be able to look at a guide and say, oh, that's what this glyph does. So I know that's going to get like a round of applause there, but that was amazing that she's volunteered to do some of that, but I still have to, there's a lot that I have to prepare before we get to that point. All right, so here's what we're going to do tonight. A lot of people bought bundles the other night, but I do want to make them available. So what we're going to do tonight and tonight only, new players that have low inventory, or if a veteran player does want to pick up a bundle for a new player, don't go crazy yet. And if a veteran player does pick up something for a new player, and it is the middle bundle, we will put that in the pack opening this week. So for tonight only, listen before you guys do this. The player must have less than 10 items in their inventory. Okay? So the pick 2 tonight is going to be $2. The pick 3 tonight is going to be $5, and the pick 6 is going to be $10. Those are half of our normal PvP prices. We're only going to do it tonight, and if we do another challenge night, we'll do it on those nights. But if you're a veteran player, do not pick these up and say, hey, I'm picking a pick 6 up tonight for 10. But if there's a new player that says, you know what, I'm going to pick up 2 items for $2, then by all means, I want to make it where it's easy for you guys to get in. And if there's another player that wants to kind of stake a player that's new, I know you guys do that a lot. I'm just mentioning, I'm not expecting, I'm just mentioning it. Then we're going to go 2, 5, and 10 just for tonight. So with that being said, I'm going to open it up for PDL bundles. And hopefully that's a player that may want to play tonight to get involved. So we're going to do 2, 5, and 10, and I'm going to leave it completely up to you. Crawfish is covering 2. Crawfish, let me know which players, so we can find out who wants to get in. And look, somebody's going to lose, but just kind of take the step, get in, play, have a good time with it. Worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to go 0-1. Father Ron, the great Father Ron, went 0-1, and you guys saw him rising from the dead and throwing another challenge out there. So we're not doing championship matches yet. We're just building records. We're getting some competition. In a couple of weeks, we will have enough matches under our belt that we'll be able to come up with some title matches. But this week was kind of a display of power. We had Father Ron. We had Bonnie. Bonnie had a great week. I think B-Dub went from learning gaming to here I am, just like that. And I love to see that passion. So Crawfish is going to pick up, oh no, Chuck the Defeated. So Crawfish is going to cover 4 players. You guys are phenomenal. So that right there is... That's inventory, right? All right. Football Master is low inventory, so Who else? Who else is a new player? And you know what, guys? I think that's more. Dark Star. Dark Star is a new player. And I want you guys to play tonight. Who else? I got Dark Star and I got Football Master. We're going to do PDL bundles for each of them. These guys just staked brand new players. So if you're new, Mist the Ninja. Mist is a new player that needs gear. So that's 4. You guys won't find this on any other channels. I mean, those are legit hardcore players up there that are saying, let's bring some new players into the game. Tammy Hill. Tammy Hill is low inventory. So I got 4 players right there. Football Master, Dark Star, Mist, Tammy Hill. Sheila B. Sheila, you're getting in tonight. Sheila B is very low inventory. So that's 5 players. Can I get one more player? And then we'll get some challenge matches. I got Football Master. Football Master's got a couple matches. Not new, but low inventory. Definitely building up. Dark Star. Dark Star's been around for a long time. No matches yet. Mist, Tammy Hill, Sheila B. Who else is interested in getting a match in tonight? That is low inventory and we'll kick this thing off. Amanda's a little bit over the threshold with items, and she's got a couple matches in. So I wouldn't say Amanda is new. She's still gearing up, but I want to get some brand new people that are just picking up a couple items so they can get involved in the PvP mix. Thank you so much, Valar. Dark, Football, and Sheila. And Valar's getting in the game tonight, too. So, Valar, we actually have to pick up one of these pick 3s for you because even this is your first PvP. So I've got Football Master, Dark Star, Mist, Tammy Hill, Sheila B. Heart of Nixie. Oh, Heart of Nixie can't play tonight. Heart of Nixie would have been another player. Well, absolutely. So let's do this because you guys have bought more than enough packs. So even though Hart can't play tonight, I'm going to ask Hart to pick 3 from that list up there. I'll add that to her inventory. So, yeah, as I said, new players, you guys have, made it known that we're bringing new people into the game. So even though she can't get a match off tonight, Hart, if you're prepping for a meeting, can you at least pick 3 in that category? Goucher in. Goucher, absolutely. I'm not forgetting GG. You got a spot. And Will picking up for Ocean Man. I'd say Ray is close. I did, Father G. I got for Chuck the Defeated. I got you. All right, so let's do this. Will picking up for GG. All right, I'm going to name a few new players. Not all of them are going to play tonight. You don't have to, but at least you'll have this in your inventory for next time. So I got Football Master. Football Master's got Rage, Heal, Darkness, Seal. You can only do one of each. Football, you can't go double heals. Rage, Control, Heal, Darkness, and Seal. All right, Amanda T, do me a favor. So everybody else that we've called on this list, you guys are all picking 3. So Football Master just got a 6-pack. Everybody else, pick 3 from that list so we can get this thing going, and because we got to get to the main event tonight. So I'm going to start out. I'm going to call your name. When I call your name, look at the middle category, and if you don't know what they are, I'll tell you what they are, and we'll kind of get to them, but that's what we want to do tonight. So Football's going to get a snake basket. All right, so I got him. So Dark Star, pick any 3 in that category. You got Rage, Clone, Snakes, Heal, Darkness, Seal, and Control. Mist, same thing. Call on you. Mist, any of those categories in there. Tammy Hill, give me a pick 3 up there. Sheila Beasley, pick 3 in that category. Valar, definitely grab a 3-pack out of that category. Heart of Nixie, you can message me, give me 3 out of there so I can add that to your inventory. And I'll add all these tomorrow so you guys will see these things. Unforeseen, if you can pick up 3 out of there to replenish your category. So Dark, definitely start out with the Rage. That's good. Give me 2 more. Sheila, Rage, Clone. I like Sheila's prepared. Rage, Clone, and I think Sheila's been watching. I think she's ready. Nixie, Heal, Control, Seal. Yep, and Sherilyn, give me your 3 as well. So this is what's really cool. You guys remember a couple of weeks ago when we had people watching, or even veteran players, that had no idea what these smokes were? And now you got people like just typing chat like, hey, I want a Rage, I want a Darkness, I want a Control. Oh, by the way, let me get a snake basket. How about a Seal smoke? I mean, it's becoming a language. You guys have developed this game to where we still got a long way to go. But it's becoming like a second language, how you are thinking about your characters. Even the other day when Deadly Dime said, can I use an unholy smoke out of that scenario? I lost it, Dimes. I lost it. Tammy Hill wants Darkness, Heal, and Rage. Okay. Unforeseen wants Control, Darkness, and Heal. And Amanda, thank you for that message. I appreciate that. I got a ton of messages, and I know, and Tammy and a lot of you guys, thank you so much. And unbelievable comments and support today. I know you guys are always there. I just haven't had a chance to kind of absorb all the messages. I saw them pop up. I glanced over them. I like to respond to them, but just know that I read them and I take them to heart, and I appreciate everything you guys do. Well, I think we've helped a lot. I think every player here. I need Goucher with a 3-pack, Chuck, Sherilyn, Ocean Man, Valar, and Mist. I might have missed them. So if I missed you guys, then if you could please just type them again. I'll scroll up, but I got Chuck Messenger, Clone, Smoke, and Snake. I did, Mist. I missed yours. I'll scroll up. Rage, Darkness, and Heal. Missed. Can you type it again for me? I don't see it. It'll just be quicker if you post it again. Heal, Darkness, and Snakes. All right, got you. All right, Sherilyn and... Where's Sherilyn? Can I ask for a random pick? Yeah, I can pick you 3. I mean, I'll pick you my favorite 3, if that's okay. You guys want to see like what the what my strategy is for low level? Villar's going Heal, Control, Seal. So you can't change at this point. But at low level PvP, it's a trick question. Well, not a trick question, but I'm going to ask the veteran players here. What's the name of the game for low level PvP? Sherilyn, you're going to go Snake, Rage, and Clone. For low-level PvP, it's win. It's win fast. You and your opponent pretty much have the same basic damage. It's not... Your character has to level up before you really start to get control of the class. Like Gina Croc's like, try your best. That's true, too. It's try to... Rage is good. Rage, hit hard, try to win. And as you develop, you're going to get more strategy. So, I might have missed Ray and Goucher Goucher. So 3 for Goucher Goucher and 3 for Ocean Man. And then we're going to get our first challenge match. So you guys can see it sort of play out. We're almost 30 minutes in. There'll be quick early matches because they are low health. And then our 2 main events are going to be a little bit longer. But you guys are going to see a couple different variations of how to play. And how the terrain and certain things get in. And this is your first time being in a PvP video. So there may be some punchlines, some tricks, some crazy stuff that happens, some things that people talk about tomorrow. So 3 picks from Goucher Goucher and 3 from Ocean Man, and we're ready to start, everybody. No pressure. Chuck did pick 3. Chuck went Clone, Smoke, and Snake, Father Ron. Darkness, Rage, and Control for Ocean Man. All right, and where are you at, GG? All right, GG. Let's do the same thing. You're a medic, but remember, you're a low-level medic. So I'm going to go with Snake, Rage, and Seal for you. All right. With that being said, I'm going to leave Moonshot's title belt up on the screen because he has claimed that will be that'll be his title. So once again, I'm going to ask you guys, who do you predict is going to be the first PvP champion? You guys think Moonshot? Moonshot's got a big match tonight versus Deadly Dime. She might have something to say about that. But here's how we're going to do it. All right, so we're going to start out. I need 2 new players that want to kick it off for tonight. So 2 new players that are going to throw down the challenge. Maybe you're brand new. Maybe you've seen a couple matches. Messenger, you're not quite new yet. I'll get you in one of the mid-level matches. I don't see you as a newbie. You've got 2 matches under your belt. You're pretty solid. We're gonna let 2 kind of new players to get in, and then we're gonna get a couple mid-level players. So I think you're starting to climb the ranks, and then we're gonna get some high-level players. So Sheila Beasley, that's what I'm talking about. Sheila Beasley getting in the mix. I see you, Sheila. All right, we got Sheila. If you guys need to know. Sheila is a engineer. Level 0, starting out. And all players start out 5 health, 1 damage. And who's ready to challenge Sheila Beasley? Come on, everybody. New players. How about Tammy Hill? Where are you at, Tammy Hill? This is the matchup that I think is a pretty even matchup. How about Sheila Beasley versus Tammy Hill? Tammy Hill is a sniper. Tammy Hill's going to go. All right, Tammy, we're going to get you in the game. Tammy Hill is a sniper, level 0. 5 and 1. I'm going to do a quick gear check because both these ladies did get a little bit of gear. So this is not going to be your typical 5 versus 1 here. Now, they can't use all the gear they got, but I see Tammy Hill. All right. I got you set up, Tammy, and let me see. Sheila Beasley, we set her up last night. All right. Everybody, let's get a cheering section going on because this is going to be a little bit of fun. So we're going to start out. Brand new scenario, everybody. And we're going to go out in the desert tonight. So I'm going to start out with Sheila. He's going to go here. And Tammy Hill is a sniper. Maybe a sniper without a bow. But he's going to go there. All right. It's a little warm in the desert, but not like the ice match. So it's not like you guys are taking extended damage. Now in the future, the terrain could have an impact on your health, your abilities, your speed, and this could be something that might show up as a home field advantage for someone in the future to give them a little bit of an edge. Now, looking over your items, your gear, as I said, Tammy Hill is a sniper. Sheila B is an engineer. I know the weapons they have, so it's going to be interesting. And we're going to start out. You got 15 seconds. Tammy Hill, you are a sniper, so make your move. And Tammy is O and Sheila is X. And the sniper O gets the first maneuver. You have initiative. "30 yards away." You are in range of attacking. Remember the items that you have, ladies. That's important. So, Bones, can you give me a 15-second time? Or actually, Julia, are you able to do timers tonight? Thank you so much, Julia. It is a little humid there. The heat's coming down, but it's an oasis. Moving behind the tree. All right. Tammy is behind the tree. Sheila Beasley, you are about 25 yards away now. Now, 25 yards is time to get within range. So let's reset the timer. First timer, and as you guys know, your first move, you get a little bit longer. You buff up, use your items, and then it's going to go a little bit quicker. Crawfish, praying the winds pick up and the sand starts to stir, while a camel driving a golf cart wishes both players good luck. Sheila, it's a little windy and the sand could come into play. Not sure about the golf cart just yet. We'll just figure out if we can get that in. I don't have any golf carts loaded. Vance to the bush with a knife in hand. Yes, you do have a knife in hand. So, Tammy Hill, it is now your turn. Each player has a lessened chance to hit because of the sand that has been super chatted. Your percent to attack has been lowered. There is a chance that you could miss. I haven't even got to a camel or a golf cart. Hey, Bill, what day is it again? Maybe Will can tell us what day it is. We've got another potential situation. Yeah, Julia, we're going to keep the timers at 15 seconds. Typically, the timers will start at 15, and then we get to round 2, it's going to go to 10, and it's going to keep speeding up for our matches. So let's see what Tammy Hill grabs a fistful of sand with left hand and throws it in her face and stabs with the right hand. You know, I think that is a fair play because it's all one move. We're going to let that go. So Tammy goes to blind Sheila and then gets the attack in. Your attack hits. Tammy, pick a number 1 to 6. You go to swing, and as you go to swing out of the corner of your eye, you see a camel. But it's the desert. No golf cart available. You actually land a 2-point shot. Sheila B., you just took 2 points of damage. There is a crocodile coming out of the water that is standing in between Sheila and Tammy. Sheila, it's now your move. Let's give a 15-second timer for Sheila. So if you guys are just tuning in, both players advanced. The sand picked up. We've seen a camel, not a golf cart. And a crocodile has just come out of the water. And apparently, there are now schools of fish swimming around in the water. Tammy, you see schools of fish and this got intense. And that might have saved you. Sheila, it is your turn. Sister Chick, maybe. I'm going to hold on that because we've got camels, piranha, crocodiles, and scorpion and quicksand. Wow, this is about as hard as it gets for new players. They're like, I just want to attack my opponent. Yet, I think the terrain might kill some people here. And scorpions behind each of you. Sheila, you have Rage Smoke, Clone Smoke, and Control Smoke. Remember, we bought those bundles at the beginning. Tammy Hill, you have Darkness, Heal, and Rage. This is as intense of a super chat battle as I've ever seen. Especially with two new players that are just starting out. It's like, welcome to the game. At least there's no singing orangutans, because I don't think I could hit Endless Love tonight. Welcome to the jungle, maybe. Oh, well played, well played. Sheila B drops Control Smoke and asks that alligator to go over and attack Tammy, which he does, willfully. But as he goes over to attack Tammy, he hits the wet sand and goes back into the water. With his piranha. Tammy Hill, it is your move. You have 10 seconds. The only thing moving was the alligator. The two players were both frozen because of the scorpions. And the gator hit the wet sand. So you guys can see how some of these super chats may backfire just a little bit. Tammy Hill, it is your turn. There is no gator. There are scorpions behind each of you. There's piranha. Rush in with the knife, going for the throat. Straight kill mode. Tammy, you hit for 2. Sheila is still okay. Sheila, you taking a couple shots here, though. Both players are hand-to-hand range. Sheila, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Your move. There's a couple pretty brutal hits. The gator move backfired because of the sand. Lots of players giving really, really good advice. She's going to push her into the water. Sheila pushes Tammy into the water. Tammy, you take 4. 2 from a gator and 2 from some crazy, crazy, hungry piranha. That hurt. You had some nice gear buffs. Both you rocking basic chest and bracers. Pretty even match so far. Tammy, you have 10 seconds. Now your turn. You're in a few feet of water. Both players are a little hampered, I would say. Not quite on your deathbed, but you're both a little sluggish right now. Sheila's taking some knife damage. Tammy Hill's taking some piranha and gator damage. She tries to do the switcheroo. Jumps out and does a back kick and kicks Sheila into the water. Sheila, the piranhas aren't quite as hungry as they were a minute ago, but you still took 3. You are almost dead. You are hanging on by the thinnest of margins. But it is now your turn. You have 10 seconds. Because of the distance that she had to go to do the back kick on you, you would not be able to throw her back into the water this turn. Just an FYI. Could be. Will the Bill is, hey guys, we got a celebrity watching. Will the Bill made a special trip out to the desert. He wants to check the future competition. That is him coming over the dunes having a good time, waving at the new players. Crawfish is praying for a daytime meteor shower. Will's popping a willy. Where's Sheila B? Sheila, we need your move. Get out of the water, knife in hand. And is there another part to that, Sheila? You are in attack range. You're not in, let me pick you up and throw you back in the water range. I want to be clear, I didn't confuse you there. You certainly are able to attack, and you certainly are able to use any items that any of you would have left. She goes for the throat. All right. As Sheila goes to attack Tammy, you guys notice these beautiful meteors in the background. It's almost liberating. It's almost like enraging, like energy. So she springs out, goes for the attack. And she has a 50% chance to get 1 point of rage damage. Sheila, Tammy is not on her deathbed. It is going to take a big attack. But a 4, 5, or a 6 will finish the job. Anything less will leave her holding on by a thread. So I need you to pick a number 1 to 6. And if it is a 4, 5, or a 6, you will enrage for 1 extra point of damage. Brought to you via a daytime meteor shower that gave you that added bit of motivation. Pick well. Because if not, this match could go the other direction in a hurry. Four, 5, or 6. Sheila picks 4. And it is a 6, and it is absolutely a finishing blow. 4 points of damage. Tammy Hill, I'm going to double check. Oh, Tammy takes lethal damage. Checking Tammy's inventory. I hear sirens too. That was for Tammy. Tammy has a res potion. The question is, will Tammy Hill use a res potion and then turn this around and try to get the finishing blow on Sheila Beasley? Oh, it's not over yet, Father Ron. If you use it, you do lose it. If you use it, you are likely to win the match. Sheila says, save it. I love it. She will save it and take the PvP loss. Now keep in mind, PvP rankings dictate rewards as well. So nothing wrong with saving it and leveling up through PvP or PvE and Grady's Farm. No worries whatsoever. Some people are going to go for the win. I get it. So Sheila gets the killing blow without the use of the res potion. Congratulations to Sheila Beasley. 1-0. Very, very good fight, everybody. A lot of challenges there. I don't know that we've had an Oasis yet that had scorpions and camels and crocodiles and piranha and meteors. That might be a first. So great job. That's the way it's done. Good sportsmanship. Sheila Beasley getting on the board with a 1-0 record. Tammy Hill saying, hey, I'm going to do some PvP, but my interest is on Grady's Farm and building up my character. Respect either one. So great job. How was the first match? Pretty good? Not as scary as you thought? And I think some of the veteran players here gave some really, really good feedback. So I'm going to ask some of the people that played multiple matches so far. How was it watching? A little bit more calm, a little bit more organized? Was it easier to give people advice than to be in that situation? Jim's like, make a crocodile belt. You guys are maximizing the scenery. I mean, I saw some great suggestions from our players. Were you guys asking the same question that I was? Like, why didn't Tammy Hill use an enrage potion? Because, Tammy, you got a darkness potion, you got a heal potion, and you got a rage. And any one of those, I think, could have made a, drop some darkness and then kick somebody in the water. I mean, think about the items that you have. Now, Grady's res is a pretty big deal. Obviously, you want to be able to bring yourself back into battle. But some of those other items that you're going to pick up, that could have been the difference between winning and losing. But yeah, that's why when you guys play this game, everything is unique. The scenario is there, but your actions are your actions. You never know what somebody's going to super chat. You never know the different combinations that people are going to use. We have created on a very small scale at this point. We've created a game that is so much more unique than I think anything that you can play and immerse yourself in. From the battles, the scenarios, the cheering, the involvement. You guys are incredible. So thank you so much. 2 brand new players getting their feet wet and battling. Great battle. And we'll have standings updated for you guys pretty soon. All right, I need 2 more volunteers. Crawfish wants to know, what clip art do you have so I can know where to go? Not a lot of new clip art. The basic snakes, bees, orangutans, bats. Could be some stuff later on. And Sheila Beasley, if they hadn't given me advice, I'd be dead. Yeah, the advice of throwing her in the water was really, really good advice. And the advice to control smoke the gator was good advice too. Unfortunately, Singer Chick had put some quicksand there that would have probably been good. The way all those worked out, the quicksand would have helped because Tammy probably would have attacked you, but Will put the scorpions. So it kind of froze everybody in place. And then when the movement happened, it's like one canceled the other, canceled the other. All were good situations. So we got Dark Star. Jim has had bad experiences with bats. I remember. That cave will never... Jim, you in the cave and the bats, and then the dove being used in a slingshot are probably two of the most memorable. And of course, the most memorable Play Dead Live moment of all time is probably our first, is Will the Bill with the hammer. That's going to go down in history. So we got Gouche Gouche versus Dark Star. Oh, I'm loving this. This is going to be a good match. All right, let me get everybody set up. We got Dark Star in the house. And where is GG? And Gouche Gouche. All right, give me a second. Let me get your stats set up. Those of you watching, Dark Star is a medic. ATT 3. And Gouche Gouche is a medic. ATT 6. ATT 6. Gouche Gouche wielding a little bit stronger weapon. So Dark Star has a basic knife. She has a 9mm but no ammo. So basic weapon, handheld knife, chest armor, bracers. Gouche Gouche has a shotgun +1 but no ammo. So yeah, this could be interesting. Two medics. So with two medics in the house, the person that gets initiative is going to be the higher ATT medic, which is going to be Gouche Gouche. And give me 1 second. We're going to get this set up as far as where they are fighting. Oh, no. Did I do that? I did. All right, everybody. We're going to place Gouche Gouche. What do you want on your tombstone? Over here. And Dark Star is going to start over here by this little house. All right, so we got two medics, Gouche Gouche and Dark Star. Each of you got items tonight, so look over your inventory, know what you have. Your inventories from previous weeks are fully usable. So any potions, poisons, weapons, whatever you have, you're ready to go. All right, Gouche Gouche, you are 50 yards away, which means you cannot attack in one turn. You have 15 seconds to make your move. That's right, Crazy L. Watch out, there could be a whisper. This would be a nice home field advantage for either Will or Crawfish. I could see that happening. We might make that happen in the near future. Will coming off a big victory over Tommy the Tank, evening up his record at 1-1. Crawfish got a big match tonight with Bones. You guys stick around for that. Super, super gear check tonight. Might have a few surprises in store for you guys. Move to the right. All right, we're going to move Gouche Gouche to the right. All right, Dark Star, you are on the clock. 15 seconds. 15 seconds for you. Gouche Gouche has moved to the right, closer to the trees. I'm still going to say you're about 35 yards away. So you cannot get there in one move. Think about your strategy. Think about your items. The only thing I'm worried about, Will says, when I hit level 2, it's on. I think when a lot of you guys hit level 2, Crawfish is going to be probably level 3. What it scares me about him is he could go a bionic shoulder, hit level 3, and be rocking tier armor. That's going to be bad. It's going to be bad for some people. Crawfish, I pray for most to thicken up with a slight chill. The mist. Okay, the mist. Yeah. Now, I know Gemstone needs a bionic shoulder as well, but Gemstone, you and Crawfish are both right there. Let me get Darkstar's turn, and the mist will pick up and get a little bit colder. And I hear Gabe. Gabe's like, somebody go. My bad. I totally missed it. Quickly and slowly get behind the large black tombstone. My bad. So that would be this one. Okay. You did. I missed it. We're moving on to turn 3. Gushe take 1 point of damage from a eerie cold. Gushe, you just took 1 point of damage. The weather has started to turn, and it is your turn. But Gushe, you are within range. You're 20 yards away. You are within attack range. You're able to move and get into smoke range. I feel like some people want to fight in the graveyard. You know what? Crawfish, Will, home field advantage. Will, you're actually going to see something tonight that would give you home field advantage. So stick around. There's a scenario that is going to be certainly right up your alley. Oh, this is like true facts. True fact. My first kiss was in a cemetery at night. That's good information. I'm not revealing anything. If I say a word, it's going to be on somebody's personal thread and shared with thousands of other people. Not hearing a word out of me. Gushe, I use my control smoke. Yes, you do. And what are you controlling Darkstar to do, Gushe? You did use control smoke. So you are now controlling Darkstar's character. What is the action that she is going to take? Father Ron's just bringing it like hardcore tonight. Father Ron says, is that a howl I hear? Oh no, here comes Fido. I don't know if that's going to help you, Gushe, about what you might want to control her to do. Fido is in the mix. So Goucher Goucher, you use control smoke. So this is a good example for new players. Hold on, everybody, because I want to make sure that everybody understands what the items do. So when you use control smoke, you have the ability to take control of Darkstar's character and have them do something. They're not under control of their own character. And you can see a lot of the other background things happening. So Goucher says, Darkstar, come here. Now, if you summon her here, you're not going to be able to attack her. You're going to summon her closer so she can attack you. If you were going to attack her, you didn't even need to use control smoke. You can just go over and attack her. So now that you have control of her character, you need to think of something like, hey, I'm going to make her climb up on a tombstone and jump off head first into the dirt. Or throw her weapons. Or walk into Fido. Or any of those things. So you guys that are helping with the scenario, help a couple of the players as well from time to time. I love the creativity, and I want to give them some challenges because that's what they're going to see. But now we got a Fido in the mix, and now we got Darkstar being controlled, and now we've got, watch out, there's a group of dancers starting to do Thriller. We got some zombies there that are distraction and some hands coming out. Come back to the porch, Fido, let them finish it. So I'm going to allow that. Fido appeared. Now we got Fido sitting over there out of the mix. But we do have other things going on. Now, I'm going to respect Goucher Goucher first. So Darkstar, here's what happened. To speed up combat just a little bit. So Darkstar, you went over here to Fido. Fido didn't finish you. So both super chats take effect. Fido gives you a quick nibble. You take a point of damage. And he realizes that he doesn't want to be the determining factor in this fight. So Darkstar, you take 1 point of damage. And Goucher Goucher, you controlled her. You brought her into Fido. She took a point of damage. Fido left. Now Darkstar, it is now your turn. Once again, know your environment. Know your situation. Know what super chats are happening. I just heard that there are hands coming out of the ground. There are some potential zombies dancing to Thriller that might come into play. But regardless, Darkstar, it is your turn, and you do have an attack, you have items, and you have things that can change the tide of this battle. And you take 1 point of damage for the cold. The mist has set in. So you took 1 point of damage from Fido. Take out my knife and enrage. All right. Darkstar, you take a turn. You have your knife and you're enraged. Goucher Goucher, it is your turn. You have 10 seconds to react. Darkstar is enraged and has her weapon, and you are within distance to attack. And Goucher Goucher, you take 1 point of damage from the cold. So you've taken 2 points of damage. Darkstar has taken 2 points of damage. Both players are sluggish. You'll hear me say that. I'll give you different clues to where your character's at. you're not in good shape. You're not on your deathbed. You do have your knife. So, Goucher, you are equipped. Running behind. Oh, going for a backstab attack. So, Goucher, you go to run. And those hands that Will the Bill said were there, they trip you. So as you go to run behind Darkstar to do your attack, that's you tripping. All right, you trip. You didn't move far. The hands from the grave have pulled you down, and you tripped. Darkstar, it is now your turn. Take 1 point of damage, Darkstar, for the cold. Attack and aim for the femoral artery. All right, Darkstar is rushing into attack. Darkstar, as you rush into attack, you get here. And over here, you see like some serious zombies, and apparently they like to dance. So, it's close to midnight. Something crazy looking in the dark. So you pause for a second. But you're good. You know what? It's a graveyard. You're expecting zombies. Thank you, Jim, for that super chat. I had to get some thriller in there. But you gather your senses, no issue whatsoever. You go in, you're getting ready to stab for the artery right in the leg, and you start itching really bad. And you hit, but for only 1 point of damage. Your enrage is completely nullified by the fleas that Fido left, and you itched. So you do 1 point of damage to Goucher, but not the big damage that you had hoped to do with the Rage Potion. Goucher, it is now your turn. You guys are both face to face. You take 1 point of damage from the cold. Each player is worse than sluggish. At least I can go Vincent Price, right? Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. That's all I know, sorry. Wait, so whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down. Yeah, I know bits and pieces of it, sorry. Not a big Thriller fan. So, Goucher, you are on the clock. And the hand releases. You are good. The hand. Talk to the hand. Goucher, I throw a snake at Darkstar. Yes, you do. Snake Basket is 1 turn. Snakes are summoned. Darkstar, you get hit. No, you can't do the follow-up attack, Goucher. It's a 1-turn attack. However, the snakes are big. Darkstar, you take 2 big points of damage from the Snake Basket. And it is your turn. You take 1 point of damage from the cold. You are on the verge of death. Darkstar, it is your turn. You are on your last possible leg available. You got 10 seconds. Snakes in a grave. Snakes on a grave? Yeah, they're snakes. They're the ones that bite you, Crystal. And they're probably going to bite her again next turn and finish this fight if Darkstar doesn't come up with a big play. All right. Dark is going to heal it up. Darkstar is back in the game. Gouche. Take 1 point of damage from the cold. Gouche, it is now your turn. Darkstar's feeling a little better than sluggish now. Back in the fight. 10-second timer for Gouche. It's close to midnight, and something evil's lurking in the dark. There you go, Ray. Thank you. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. I think that's it. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. You know what? We got to set the vibe. We're in a graveyard. We're down to the wire. Gouche is dropping the heal as well. Okay. I like the strategy. This is getting good. All right, Darkstar, it is back to you. You take a point of damage from the cold. Gouche is right back in the game. Unless there's something big around the corner. Medics get a bonus to healing smoke and healing potions. So yes, they're a little better than someone else that would have dropped healing smoke. that's some creativity. You know what? I am the king of PvP. I moonwalk my way over to Gouche, do the splits, and cut the Achilles. It's a she. Gouche is a she. But nonetheless, here's Darkstar doing the moonwalk, spinning around, and trying to slice the Achilles. Gouche, take 2. You are hurting. Gouche, 10-second timer. You are now on the clock. And you have taken 1 point of damage. Is Fido getting hungry again? I'm not going there. I'm not going there. We're down to the final stages. So Gouche, it is now your turn. What are you going to do? 10-second timer. Both players are hurting a little bit. That's all right. She's calling you a him too. I'm stabbing him. No, I'm stabbing him. They're both ladies. All right. Gouche is using the knife to stab at Darkstar. And you hit for 2 which takes Darkstar down to her last leg. It is Darkstar's turn, and as she goes to her turn, the cold mist kills her. The 1 point of damage from the mist that Crawfish created finishes the battle. Gouche Gouche had a red glyph, by the way, for a little extra hitting power. So was doing a little bit more. But as the turn ticked, Darkstar dies. Darkstar does not have a res potion. Gouche Gouche is edging out the victory. Next turn would have killed Gouche Gouche from the cold. They were both on their last leg. So great match, everybody. Hey, give them a little bit of love and a little bit of support. We had Fido make an appearance. We had Thriller happening in the background. We had Hands coming up from nowhere. We had a never-ending fog that kept doing damage to everybody. Good advice, good scenario, very, very well played. We're going to do one more challenge, and then we're going to get into our main events tonight, because we had two main events that are going to take a little bit longer. And then next week, our challenge matches are going to be strictly challenge matches, because we will get through the main events early, and we'll get to spend a little bit more time with new players. So I'm going to ask for 2 more volunteers if we can get them. I know Valar. I've been talking to Valar all week, trying to get Valar in the game. So I'm going to nominate Valar, and I'm going to ask Gemstone, are you back, or you want another week to get into a undercard match? Gemstone and Valar would probably be a Gemstone and Mist. All right, Gemstone and Mist. That works for me. Gem is fairly well geared. I'd say much higher than most. So I'd rather... Wait a minute. Is that a Gemstone Ocean Man possibility for next week? What do you guys think about that? Gemstone and Ocean Man. Valar and Mist. That's what we're having. We're going to have Valar and Mist. But I'm thinking maybe some Gemstone and Ocean Man next week. All right, let me look up the characters real quick. I know Mist is a ninja, so we get to see a ninja in action tonight. All those abilities. So Mist is a ninja, ATT 3, level 0. And we have Valar. And I'm going to look up the ATT for Valar. Valar is a lady after my own heart, as a sniper, ATT 5. And let me set up health items. I got Mist in the house. And we got Valar. All right. We're going to set up a scenario. If you guys like the graveyard scenario, we might see a little bit more of that in the future. Goodbye, Fido. You know what? I'm going to go... Oh, yeah. We're going to go a little crazy. And by crazy, I mean like a lot crazy. So I'm going to put Missed the ninja up here. And I'm going to put Valar down here. The sniper does not have high ground, and the ninja has no ability to sneak attack. And we're on a suspension bridge. So we're going to start this out with Mist has Valar has initiative over the ninja with range. So Valar, we're going to give you 15 seconds to get started. Any buffs, any items, anything, any movement, let us know what your first call to action is. 15 seconds. Will, are you watching this on the big screen? By the way, I'm just wondering. I'm going to say about 90 yards. You're out there. There's a lot of ground to make up on that bridge. Because Will, if you're watching this on the big, I just want to know how cool this looks on the big screen. "30 yards is going to be your standard turn. So I would say it would be the Heart of the Ocean match. That was a Titanic super chat. He's got the mountains in the background, and he's got me in surround sound stereo singing Thriller. Hey, guess what, Valar? Missed the ninja? She's so high, high above me. She's so because she's got high ground. I mean, I could do like love lift us up where we belong. I mean, we could do mountain songs. We could do something about whatever you guys want. We're here to set the stage. Valar says, "All right, I move in closer." All right, Valar is oh man, oh, whoa, hold on. This is, luckily you kind of, hold on. Yeah, carefully. Your speed is slowed down at least by half. It is rocking. I mean, you made it about 15, 20 yards. Almost. All right, Mr. Ninja, you got 15 seconds. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no river low enough. I think you just messed me up with Deadly Dimes just tried to mess me up. It's no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. See? I even called it when you tried to mess me up, Dimes. Luckily, Valar said carefully. This bridge is like when you're at a fair and you start trying to climb up to get the stuffed animal and that guy at the bottom wants to make you flip over. You know what I'm talking about? It's like one of these, but it's like at a slight slope. And then you dive and you get the stuffed animal and they're like, no, you're cheating. You can't have it. And then they kick you out and then you never go back to the amusement park ever again. Not that happened to me as a child. I go down the rock. I go down and rock the bridge. Oh, that is sneaky. That is some sneaky stuff. Boom, 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 boom. She's kind of taunting you. Then she gets over here and rocks the bridge. Don't rock the bridge, don't rock the bridge, baby, rock the bridge, don't tip the bridge over. She just rocked the bridge, Valar. It's all you can do to hang on. But you grab with both hands. Get your balance. But it is steady rocking. Valar, it is your turn. I'm going to say you're about 40 yards away at this point. Ten-second timer for Valar. Oh, no. The wind is picking up. Are those ropes dry rotted? I'm going to say you're about 40 yards. Just out of range. Well, you're not making up 30 yards in one turn on this bridge anyway, so it's going to be a little slower trekking. Well, I think that sound is like dong. Is that the sound a rope makes when it breaks on a suspension bridge? Everybody has a weapon. Mist has a weapon. Mist does have a knife. Valar's got a bigger knife. Or as Crocodile Dundee would say, you call that a knife? I hold on tight and move closer more carefully. All right. Valar is... And luckily, Valar, because behind you, you do see one of these chains snap. But it's not the steel cables that's holding the bridge. It's one of the small suspension chains right here. So you're okay. You're within about 20 yards. I'm not going to... Bah! Is that the sound a goat makes? You know what? If it's a flying dragon, it's going to help Valar. Valar is going to summon it. Mist. Take 1 point of damage. You just got rammed by a ram, and it pushed you forward. Or a mountain goat. Take 1 point of damage from the mountain goat from Father Ron. The dragon has not appeared yet. We do not have dragons, by the way. There are no dragons in Play Dead Live yet. However, there is a giant something. This is the closest thing I got to a dragon. Mist got hit by a mountain goat. And out of the blue, because it's Jim, this is for you, Jim, and no one else. Yes, it is a giant, big, it's a BAB. It is a big bat. And they are starting to come in hot. See what happens when you summon things, Jim? So Valar and Mist both take a point of damage from the bat. Mist, your shaking of the bridge has just been interrupted. It is Valar's turn. Each takes a point of damage from the bat. Mist, between the bat and the mountain lion, you're feeling a little rough right now. Will is going to go out of his way to make Ray right. Ray is wrong. Ray, the zoo's closed. That dragon ain't ever coming back to life. The salt water's not working. It's been like 8 months now, Ray and Will. If that dragon's not alive in 8 months, it ain't ever going to be alive. They do come out. They come out of caves during the day, crawfish. If you go in a cave and you rustle them up, Jim rustled this one up, and it flew out. It's like it's the mother bat protecting her young bats. Mist uses her ring of healing. Oh, you're feeling good now. All right, so Valar, you can use the control smoke. And this is great for new players too. You cannot control a player in a way that would lead to their immediate suicide. Now, the effect of what they do could kill them. For example, if they ran into a lion's mouth, or if they ran into a lion and the lion killed them, that would be the case. But if you control a character and have them jump off or try to ride a bat and it takes them to their death, that cannot be done. There are some things that you can use. So you can still use the control smoke if you think of something else that you think might be appropriate. But if not, I won't use it. That's right, Ray. We're not going to Kmart, Ray. Wait. Hang on. Did you just go like Jerry Maguire and Rain Man all in one super chat? Did you go like... Yeah. That one threw me off. For a second. Now, that is certainly a stronger possibility, Deadly Dimes. The disarming, or you could control the bats. That's correct. You could control the bats and have them do some nefarious things, or you could control the person and do some things with their weapons. So Valar uses... Okay, hold on. If you use control smoke, you can't use control smoke and attack the same turn. So here's what would happen. Here's the way this would play off. You use the control smoke. She's going to steady the ropes. And then the control smoke is going to wear off. It takes you a turn to use the smoke. And then she reacts, and then it's going to be her turn, so you won't get to use that attack. You can you can certainly shoot without the control smoke. So Villar is going to use the control smoke on the flying bat. Well played. Missed. Takes 3 from the bat damage. Missed. You are in some bad shape right now. It is your turn. You have 10 seconds. That is a big bat. Missed healed the turn before, but remember, she's healing a low health pool. Now later on, Miss, that ring is going to be a beast ring for you. But when you're starting out and you're rocking 5 health because you're level 0, then obviously it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge. Let's give Miss a 10-second timer. All right. Mist is dropping smoke and healing back up even stronger than before, Villar. And Mist charges towards you, but only makes it a few feet. And this is an interesting mechanic as a ninja. So that the gamekeepers in the background are going to say, Mist used a potion. Why was she able to carry out an action? Because she is a ninja, and she cannot totally make up the ground, but as she gets stronger, her ability to extend her turn, Ron, I'm going to explain that. Her ability to extend her turn will be much like clear mind elixirs, will be much like Sub-Zero masks. So she's not quite there. You did make up some of the ground, but not enough to get a full-fledged attack. Villar, it is your turn. This is not going to go well. I think Crawfish is summoning fighter jets from 3/4 of a mile away. Hey, Maverick, this is Iceman. You're clear to launch. Oh, hold on now. What just happened? Valar, before you get a chance to shoot the 9mm, yeah, there's a fighter jet that flies over. Both of you get transported and hit hard on these rocks. So you're no longer on the bridge. You each take half your health from the fall of the jet flying over. Just too much gust. Took you both there. It is still your turn, Valar. Each player lost half their life. Valar, I'm assuming your next move is to shoot with the 9mm. Both players gather themselves on the rocks. It was a painful landing. Valar still has the pistol, still has 9mm ammo, and finishes the battle with a 9mm shot. So, super chat. Valar, you look. Will has become the guy in the Tide commercial. Like every scenario, Will is like dropping in. It's like he's got some Tide Pods, and hey, I'm on a 4-wheeler. Hey, what's that flying overhead? Will the Bill is there. Valar finishes the fight. It was a very, very rocky suspension bridge. It was a tough fight, but Valar does finish the job ultimately. So good fight to each of the ladies. Great work. And the creativity tonight is at a whole different level. This is the third scenario, and I got to tell you, there's some good setups. So we're almost 2 hours in. So we're going to transition to our 2 main event fights. We had some gear, we had some prep, we had some great scenarios, some good situations, some good learning. They are going to go faster as players get more and more involved. If you had a chance to watch Sheila B., Tammy Hill, Darkstar, Gouche, Mist, and Valar, all 6 players. This is their first match ever. So I think we did some good things tonight, getting some brand new players into the game. If you didn't get called tonight, don't worry. You are going to get your chance next Wednesday night. So we want all the new players to get involved. And some of you guys got a little bit of experience. You're going to start, if you're available on Monday, you might start getting called out or challenged on Monday. The challenge videos are getting more and more intense. I would not be surprised to see somebody call out Valar, somebody call out Darkstar. I mean, Sheila B., don't look now. You might have made a name for yourself. People might be coming after you. But great battles, everybody. And who's ready to move over to one of our first main events? So, Moonshot decided to use what is called home field advantage. So, what does home field advantage do? Home field advantage puts you in a situation to where you have an edge over your opponent. Now, his opponent is a very, very well-geared, ready to fight opponent. So, home field advantage changes the terrain a little bit, puts Moonshot in an ideal sniping position. So let me say this again. I mentioned this earlier, but some of you guys weren't here. A few people are tuning in. With our PvP battles, there are buffs and modifiers put on the stats for our higher level players. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to explain this again because a few of you guys were not here. And this is extremely important. I'll recap quickly so it doesn't become the whole center of attention. So if we use straight up stats in many of these battles, one shot, whoever got initiative would finish off the player. So crawfish, somebody could have a Goldar grenade and blow crawfish up, and then the game would be over. So what we've done at lower levels, and it is equal for all players, so no player gets one advantage over the other, is we have some very good geared players. And Moonshot and Dimes both fall in that category. So we will take their overall health, in most cases with these battles, and we will put a modifier on their health to make them stronger. And we will take their overall damage and we'll put a slight nerf to make each of their damages not hit quite as hard. It's the same buff, same modifier, but it is going to require that matches usually take at least 2, 3, 4 turns. Sometimes they could still be one-shots. That won't end. There are going to be discrepancies where that happens. But do not expect me to publish your health points, the filter, or the modifier. But I certainly will give you hints and clues as to how much stronger you are, if you're even stronger than the other person at all. So this is home field advantage. Moonshot versus Deadly Dimes. Deadly Dimes is 0-1. Lost a tough battle last week. Moonshot is 1-0, has claimed that he will be the first champion. Get your thoughts, get your ideas out there. Moonshot, you are 80 yards out. And before we get started, any buffs, elixirs, items, anything that each player would like to use? And then once we start, Moonshot will have initiative. Crawfish says, the force will be with you, Moonshot. 80 yards out is the scenario. Moonshot is drinking energy elixir. Energy elixir will give him a +2 damage. Dimes is also taking an energy elixir. For those of you keeping score at home, as I said, I will give you hints. Dimes is more heavily geared with both health and damage. A slight gear advantage to Dimes, a home field advantage to Moonshot. Moonshot has opted for less damage, but more range. All right, Moonshot, you're both buffed. 80 yards out, 15-second timer. Let's get this battle underway, everybody. And if you guys don't know who Moonshot is, he's up on the mountain. Deadly Dimes is at the edge of the bridge. The Enrage 3 is triple damage for a turn. If you take it, you have to be able to use it the next turn or it'll wear off. So it is important to know which elixirs, which items your opponent is using. Moving down the rocks, still hiding in the rocks. So moving down is not an exact science, but Moonshot is pretty good master of movement. Sliding down the rocks. I'm going to say you're about right there. "65 yards out. Dimes, 15-second timer. It is now your turn. Keep in mind, everybody, remember when you level up, some of those abilities are going to be big plays. For example, a Warrior's Charge ability, if Dimes was level 2, she'd be able to charge and make up some of that ground, which will counteract some of the sniper. So, as your characters advance, know what your abilities are going to be. All standard range, unless modified Dimes, is 30 yards. Whether that's a pistol, assault rifle, bow, or shotgun. Moonshot, you actually slid a little closer. Will said those rocks were a little loose. 5 yards down. 60 yards is the distance. Watch your step. According to Bill, the rocks are pretty loose. Luckily, they're not jagged. That is impressive. Yeah. Dimes is dropping a travel voucher. Done. Moonshot, it is your turn, and you are now hand-to-hand combat with Dimes. Very, very well played. She just teleported. That is a sick play. I got to tell you guys, I'm blown away right now. I'm thinking get from the farm to the. I mean that was impressive. She just travel vouched her way and nullified home field advantage, and a beast damage attack is literally right in your backyard. Moonshot. Well done. All right, two can play that game. Moonshot travel vouchers and is now on the other side as well. Both travel vouchers have been used. Remember, this is standard. So there will be no more travel vouching. Hold on. Hang on. Moonshot, we need to do an inventory check. I need to check your inventory with me. I do not see a travel voucher. I see a wanted poster. Hang on. I want to confirm first before we let this move go through. Hang on, everybody. We're doing a quick... Tommy's like, 5-minute penalty for lying. So we're just going to double check it. I don't see it, but I've missed things before, so I want him to check it on his own. I know he's not going to do anything intentional. Moonshot's a very... Yep. All right. We are backing that move out. Moonshot is unteleporting. Hey, maybe you can use the banker voucher and sell your gear before she knocks you out. All right, so we are back. Moonshot. 10-second timer. No loss of turn. Later on, maybe, but we're too early in PvP to penalize anybody for... But you know what? Inventory is as much of a problem for me right now than anybody else. So as I get it more sorted, then yeah, I'll we'll have some turn penalties later on. But let me get everybody's inventory straightened out because you guys are super patient with me. All right, Moonshot is dropping clone smoke. All right, Dimes, how are you going to deal with that? Moonshot drops clone smoke. Dimes, it is now your go. There are 2 moonshots. He was trying to moonshot away from... Oh, well played. Kel, can we get kills coin for Trigger? Well done. Dimes drops unholy. The clone smoke is absorbed, and the unholy smoke will maintain for a turn. Moonshot, it is your turn. You are surrounded by unholy smoke. Jumping down to the bridge and firing an arrow with my bow. Moonshot jumps backwards and fires an arrow. Moonshot, take 2 points of damage for falling. Dimes. Take 5 points of damage for an arrow to the shoulder. That was his attack. So, yes, he can do both. But he took fall damage lunging backwards. He jumped to get range to fire the bow, and the product of that was him hitting the bridge. So you take 5. He takes 2, and it's your turn. All right, you control smoke. Okay. Correct. Also, let me go back. Dimes, you have an iris ring. You took 0 damage. So even though you took 5, you took 0. Correct. Just remind me that you have the iris ring. So your damage is mitigated. The iris ring mitigates the first attack. Yeah, when you guys have those items, just remind me. So you are still full. Now, if he removes his armor, he only removes 2 pieces. So Moonshot, you have now removed your chest piece and your helmet. Your chest piece and your helmet have now been removed. You still have shoulders and you still have arms. Moonshot, it is now your turn. You have a 10-second timer. You're right, Jim. It does make you can prepare all day for it, but when somebody throws you a curve, it changes all your strategy. All right, Moonshot shoots a chill arrow aiming for the legs. Jason, pick a number, 1 to 6. 5 or a 6, you hit the legs. Any other number, you hit. Picks a 4. Oh, he hits. 4 big points of damage from Moonshot. And Tammy, you're slowed. Dimes, your turn. 10-second timer. Will, landslide coming from upper corner. All right. This is a pretty big maneuver here, so hold tight. Jason, you just threw 2 pieces of gear to the side. You need to pick a 1 or a 2. This grenade is going to do lethal body damage to uncovered areas. So if Jason gets a 1 or a 2, he survives it. Any other number, he takes the full impact of the grenade. It's a great move to have him toss the armor. No, he didn't throw all his armor. He only threw 2 pieces. He had headgear, shoulders, chest, and arms. He can only throw 2 of those pieces off the side. He can't, in one turn, he can't throw his entire armor set off. Either way, he's taking the grenade damage. The answer is going to be, does he take it to his armor or does he take it to himself? He needs a 1 or a 2. And it's a 5. Jason, you have taken lethal damage. 8 points of grenade damage. It's a tough matchup. Jason, if you don't res, the match is over. If you do res, you're still at a pretty rough disadvantage with the situation. Not telling you how to play it, but you're going to have some magic up your sleeve. That teleport and the control smoke and the grenade, wow. That I got to tell you, that's some of the best play I've seen. You know what, Jason? Normally I would fight to the end, but I agree with you 100%. Deadly Dimes is getting the W. She's got high ground. She's barely been touched. Jason lost his armor. So Deadly Dimes, great victory. Good match. Awesome play. And learn from it. I never thought of the travel voucher situation as a teleport. I mean, boom, she was there. Jason had home field advantage. And he's got 36 yards. So if she would have crossed that bridge, it would have been very tough for her to make it up that side. And I think Jason was already going to triple enrage, get her halfway across the bridge, and just blast her. And you know what? Jason, you might have been able to slow her and get 2 shots and probably did enough damage to win the game if she didn't use the travel voucher. Very well played. Great strategy by both players. So my hat's off to both of you. Probably the best match I've seen since we've been playing. All right, we got one more match. So, you guys may or may not have known this. Let me get a couple things set up here. So, Amy has opted to use... Where are we, Amy? Oh, there's Amy. Amy has opted to use home field advantage. She's got a big matchup with Crawfish, as you know. We were going to have this the other night. And if you guys don't know, this is part of the asylum. So the players are making their way. Now, Amy is a medic, and you guys know the asylum could have some crazy stuff going on. So that home field advantage, as we saw a minute ago with the sniper, that could be a big play. Very well done, Amy. You guys give it a nice thought out round of applause. Like, what kind of crazy stuff could happen to Crawfish if they battle in this scenario? Yeah, can everybody 999 real quick? Crawfish says he might be lagging. So now you got Crawfish and you got well-geared Bones inside this area where she is going to get a tremendous, tremendous advantage. Let's see if Crawfish is... Crawfish might be lagging a little bit. Yeah, I called out a 999 already, man. They're good. I mean, Amy even says, oh, we got some pregame trash talk going on. So Amy's asking if the Little Lobster is ready. So Little Lobster, are you ready to make this happen? So, wait a minute. Crawfish says that he, in fact, would like to get rid of her home field advantage. Now, how would he go about doing that? Amy used the home field advantage poster. And I'm pretty sure that Crawfish has summoned the Bounty Hunter. Now, the Bounty Hunter cannot interfere in your match. He can be summoned after your match, but apparently Crawfish has summoned the Bounty Hunter to take Amy's home field advantage, which seems fair enough. Done. And just like that, the Bounty Hunter is gone, and we will not be fighting a match inside the asylum. So there is no home field advantage. So instead, we're going to go to a neutral ground. Maybe something Will the Bill might be interested in the very near future. So I give you guys the junkyard. So at the junkyard, we are going to take Bones. And Bones, we're going to put you over here. And Cardinal Crawfish. We're going to put you back here like John Dory, walking across cars. Amy's viewing will be tomorrow at noon. Amy, I got to tell you, there was some crazy stuff planned for that asylum. And this was well played. He didn't want any damage from the bounty hunter. He just wanted the item taken temporarily to even the playing field. So I'm going to ask each player, once again, you guys know, both players are extremely, extremely well geared. And by well geared, there is no body part uncovered. They are both completely geared, so there will not be any 5-point, 6-point damages taking down the players. So I'm going to ask each player before we get started, all right, Crawfish is going to use Clear Mind Elixir. Amy, any pregame before we get this thing started? Those of you keeping a tab, keeping a list, a Clear Mind Elixir allows you to use your potion and your attack the same turn. You could rage and attack, so It clears your mind to speed up the process. "36 yards, Crawfish." Amy uses a clear mind as well. Heal and Rage potions. All right, any other actions before we get started? Last call. Okay, does either player have a green glyph? I'm going to say no. I don't see either one of you with a green glyph attached to a weapon. I've got rings equipped for both of you. I know what rings you're wearing, Amy. He doesn't. Crawfish, where is your green glyph? Okay. I had golden glyph on your goddess sword, but certainly it could be me, and I'll change it. I mean, you have green glyphs, so I'm not worried about it. But I need to modify your damage and your health, so give me a second. So that's going to lower your damage and health. All right. Crawfish, your move, 36 yards out. You have 15 seconds. Goddess sword is not, hold on. Goddess sword is not dipped in anything unless it is in this combat. That does not carry over. If you're talking about poison, that has to be used its own use per battle. And Jason, we'll talk about, I know you asked about quivers and arrows. We'll talk about that offline. Crawfish summons Fido. And the clone smoke is going to be directed at Fido or directed at yourself, Crawfish? There's going to be 2 of you or 2 Fidos. All right, we have 2 Fidos. All right, Amy, you have 15 seconds. You're 36 yards out. I never saw Jason's super chat. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jason. Yep, sorry about the travel voucher. I have a banker voucher. My bad. And travel voucher was a game changer. Great move, and we will meet. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that. It was absolutely a tremendous move. I'll touch on that at the end, Jason. So remind me again about your super chat because great sportsmanship and excellent play. Tommy says a dog shows up and takes Fido out. Seems repetitious, but Amy, how far do you move? I'm more interested in your movement. So, Fido, I'm going to put Fido here. I'll show you about where Fido moved to in a turn using Crawfish. So he summons Fido, drops a clone. You're going to put Fido about here. So, Amy, for you to get in range to drop that, you're going to need to be about here. Remember, you're 36 yards out. Movement is not an exact science. So you're either going to move into range or you're going to be close to range. That's up to you. You could move 5 to 6 yards, but you're going to be awfully, awfully close to whether or not you're going to be into ranged attack range. Now, there's a lot between you and him. All right, so Amy is hiding behind the cars. I'm okay with that. The clone smoke has effectively frozen Fido. And out of the blue, as Tommy had super chatted, a dog showed up and eats. It's like a giant cheese puff, right? There's sorry, Fido. Fido shows up. He gets cloned. There's 2 of those. Amy drops the clones or the seal smoke, which is going to effectively put a crust around him. Tommy has another dog show up, and it just disappears into smoke. Will the Bill, the sky is getting dark. A lot of metal on the thunderstorm for Crawfish. There is a lot of metal. Crawfish is rocking a pretty nice chain as well, if you guys saw his crucifix. Hopefully lightning does not. Sure. The sky is dark. Doesn't appear anything has happened just yet. Crawfish, you have 10 seconds. Crawfish says, step into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. Both dogs went up in smoke. She seal smoked them. Um, 30-ish yards. She's taken cover. You are within range of an attack. You don't have direct line of sight of an attack. I'll put it that way. You have to move out of line of sight to get a shot. Tommy's dog devoured the seal. It went up in smoke. It was breathed, inhaled, covered, all of the above, inside and out. It was like a big Cheeto. Gone. Disintegrated. Remember, seal smokes can affect from the inside as well if they're breathed. Or if they're used and they're not breathed, they can create a barrier. They're gone. Vanished. On to the next room. All right, let's get 10 seconds for crawfish. Fido became a Cheeto. You know that commercial during the Super Bowl where the guy was walking around and he couldn't pick anything up because he had Cheetos on his hand? Yeah. It's kind of like that. I'm just waiting on Will to drive by for some Tide Pods. Will, by the way, this is an engineer's home field advantage. Lots of cool engineering things can happen here. Shooting a dime detecting arrow at her. Okay, based on your line of sight, crawfish, the only way you're shooting that arrow is to move from the top of the car that you're on. So this is where you're going to have to go in order to make that happen. Here. From here, your dime detecting arrow is going right into 1491. Unless you're moving here. That's your call. All right, moving behind the blue control box and firing the dime detecting arrow, I'm assuming. All right, so Crawfish is hopping over here. We'll minimize him a little bit. And firing an arrow. Amy, you take no points of damage, but you have an arrow sticking out of your handbag. Your dimes have been detected. It is now your turn. The two devices are, well, I'm going to leave it alone, Will. I get your question, but I can't answer that for you. Amy, you got 10 seconds. Neither player, any damage at this point. Been kind of a standoff. Pancake him, says Mist. I like the way Mist thinks. Mist, you're going to be vicious when you get a little bit of gear. That is pretty... Be careful, Miss. Crawfish is going to recruit you. You're sinister like him. Amy throws a grenade. Crawfish takes 6. Boom. Big explosion from the grenade. Crawfish prays for intervention. The intervention, oh, she's in range for the grenade. The intervention is that those generators did not catch fire. Crawfish, you are on the clock. Both players are still in very good shape. Crawfish took a shot. Big shot, shrugged it off. Still no issues. We got Crawfish on the clock. Based on your position, it could have been worse. Okay. That's a 2-move maneuver. So I'm not going to take the control smoke out, but if you control her to go into the compactor, that is your move. So you can't control her to turn on the compactor, control her to walk in there, and then try to figure it out. Secondly, you're not at the on-off switch. So think before you use. I won't dock you the control smoke yet. No, clear mind is for your potion to take effect on you, not to get 2 moves in a turn. Clear mind does not allow you to control smoke. You still have your control is her action. That's your move. You can't control her action and control your action at the same time. Moonshot. Oh no, did the shock of the grenade make the cars fall on bones? Maybe. Grenade causes oil from the car. Wow, there's a lot of It's good to be geared and also have a posse helping out. Wow, this is some serious attack here. Cars falling on bones and oil going into her eyes. I'm going to see how some of that plays out. I think that's a little much in one turn. All right, so you don't have a Gorgo grenade. You do have a Goldar grenade, which was named after the space giants. Goldar, Silvar, and Gam. I'm assuming it's the Goldar. That's the big one, right? All right. Crawfish, and this is just added to his inventory. You guys know. He is throwing the Goldar grenade. Big, big damage. So, this is what we have that has to time itself out. Jason has said there are falling cars at Amy. So Jason, your move will time out. Cars fall beside, in front. And Amy, you do take some car damage. Take 2. And you do have a little bit of oil in your eyes. Crawfish throws the Goldar grenade, which does damage you. But luckily for you, those falling cars had buffered a little bit of that damage from Jason. Amy take 7 more. Amy takes a total of 9. Big hit. Total of 9 damage going back to Amy. Crawfish is taking 8. Amy's taking 9. Both are still in pretty good shape. Amy, it is your turn. The oil makes Amy super slick and not get hit by cars. Tommy, I think if a car hits you, it's not going to slide off your back. Whoa! Just let me slide to the side here. Amy, 10-second timer. Each player has been hit by grenades. Crawfish hit with a slightly bigger grenade. Amy, you can thank Jason for buffering some of that damage. you guys are just tuning in, both players well geared. It's been a battle of range so far. Amy charges and shoots Morgo with AP ammo. They are both within range. Crawfish, take 3 directly beneath your armor. Your overall armor health is good. Your real health has been cut from 7 down to 4. 3 points armor piercing. Crawfish, your go. 10-second timer. Both players have the full effect of their armor. Crawfish, underneath the armor, has taken almost half life damage. 10-second timer for Crawfish. We're probably 15 yards away. Crawfish drops a heel smoke. And shoots Amy with a fire arrow, setting her on fire from the oil. Fire arrow +2. Amy, take 4. You're hurting pretty bad. Big hit from the grenade. You're low. Amy, it is now your turn. 10-second timer. That is correct. You will take damage over time the next turn. And I will say that you are dangerously close to dying, Amy. You've already hit her, Crawfish, with the arrow. You can't shoot her with an AP arrow after you hit her with a fire arrow. Amy hits heal, rage, depletes her potion. Amy, it's your attack. Super chats in effect. Will. Crawfish, I need you to pick a number. 1 to 6. 90% chance of lightning. I'm going to give it to him. I'm actually going to change the percentages slightly. I'm going to give you, we're going to lower Will's percentage. Pick from a 1 to a 6. There is lightning in the area, and you are standing beside a generator. Not my super chat, his super chat. A 6, you take no damage. Any other number below a 6, I'm going to let the lightning strike. 3. It is a 4. Take 4, Crawfish. 4 points of damage from the lightning. Hits your armor. Doesn't penetrate your armor. But another 4 from Will's super chat. Amy, you are healed and you are enraged. And your potions have been depleted from your mask. What is your move? Ten-second timer for Amy. All right, Amy throws control smoke. Remember, players, this is type 1, so you can only use each item one time. So Amy used her control smoke. Crawfish, you have removed 2 pieces of armor. It is your go. Amy has regenerated some of her health as her medic class, and she just used a heal smoke. Feeling pretty good right now, Amy. Crawfish, you're a little sluggish. Not redlining, but a little sluggish. Amy, certainly a little more healthy than you right now. 10-second timer for Crawfish. You guys are tuning in. This is heavy, heavy firepower. We've got lightning, we got static, we got falling cars, we got people on fire. Crawfish drops a seal smoke on himself. Holds his breath, I assume. And shoots an AP arrow at Amy. Amy, you take 2 damage. Your real health is now 4. Amy, it is your turn. Crawfish has a barrier on him right now. Spiders go to bite you, Crawfish, to give you strength. And they break your barrier. Crawfish is now uncovered due to Father Ron super chatting spiders attacking him to give him strength. What an epic backfire here. He drops, gets the barrier, tries to get the boost from Father Ron, and now he's completely uncovered. Amy, you take 2 points of fire damage to your armor. Crawfish is still missing 2 pieces of armor and no seal whatsoever. And Amy is enraged, by the way. Crawfish has a whole legion of people super chatting that's backfiring on him. Shoot the Morgo +3 at his chest. All right. Crawfish is missing 2 pieces of armor. Crawfish, we're going to go to the die roll here. Crawfish, pick anything except a 1 or a 2. You have a 66% chance of taking it to your armor. You're missing 2 pieces of armor. A 1 or a 2 will be extremely detrimental to you. All right. He's got a big chance not to pick it. He's picking 6. It cannot be a 1 or a 2. It is a 1. Show you guys all the numbers just to make sure you guys know this is legit. Crawfish, you took lethal damage to the chest that was removed. That was a big, big hit with what she attacked you with. That was a Morgo +3 to the uncovered chest. Obliterated. Crawfish is dead at the moment. Crawfish is not dead. Crawfish is just rezzed with Grady's. He is back in action. Crawfish, it is your turn. You are enraged. Oh, there's a little taunt by Crawfish. But he's back. Back with a vengeance. Let's get back to the scene here. Second Goldar grenade at Amy. Pow, Amy. 10 points of damage. Done. Obliterated. Amy has taken lethal damage. Amy is dead. Is this the moment where Little Lobster gets the W? He used his second Goldar grenade. That's a big grenade. Amy was over half life. That's a big, big hit. Amy is using her res potion. Both players have rezzed. They will not res again. Both have used a version of healing. Amy, it is your turn. Crawfish has rezzed with Grady's. Let me check your grenade inventory. All right. Crawfish. We've been here before. We've done that. Oh, sorry, everybody. We're open booster boxes from the weekend. Crawfish is missing 2 pieces of armor. The grenade is still going to be a big, big hit and could finish him off even with the armor. But without those 2 pieces of armor, Crawfish, do not pick a 1 or a 2. Anything except a 1 or a 2 will hit your armor, and then we will do a damage calculation to see if your armor was able to survive it. A 1 or a 2 will be lethal damage that he cannot heal from. Anything else could possibly still kill him. But a 1 or a 2 is an instant kill. Because he trashed 2 pieces of his armor. Your armor is on the ground. When you take it off, you have to use a turn to put it back on. He's picking a 6. It is a 2. Amy has won the match and twice hit uncovered areas. Wow. That is the match. Very, very well played, everybody. Extremely tough luck on the half of Crawfish. 2 hits that he had a 66% chance to avoid, and both times 33%. He had seal smoke that he played well. A spider from Ron took away a seal smoke. He had an epic grenade to hit Amy, and Jason throws down a car on top of him. Still had a chance to finish off the match, but very, very well played. Bones getting a much, much needed victory after last week. Bones goes to 1-1. Crawfish extremely well, unbelievable. Good strategies. Everybody's here watching, so you guys are certainly playing it exactly the way you should play it. Great strategy by Amy using the control smoke. Look, he's got several pieces of gear, so it's a gamble that you're going to get rid of 2 of those pieces, and you might get lucky and hit some of those spots. Both players went armor piercing. Both went grenades. Let's get some feedback from you guys. I mean, I love it. I'm not watching all the details, the way you guys are, because I'm trying to look at the scores and everything else. What's the feedback? What do you guys think? Things they could have done differently, or if you were playing something you would have done? Just want to get your thoughts on it. These 2 matches were great. I know last week was good. I don't think we've seen anything. Deadly Dimes won the other match. Game over. Tammy got off to such a good start. Moonshot didn't res. He could have resed and maybe extended it a little bit longer, but she had high ground and just dominated from the start. Travel voucher was huge. So I'm going to open up to you guys to get a little bit of feedback. And if you guys are missing the recap, we had some pregame drama, right? Amy had the home field advantage. Crawfish found a way to summon the bounty hunter and change it. They got a different scenario. Tommy summoned a dog, which got rid of his cloned Fido, which would have did damage to her. Will summoned static lightning. And then on the other side, you had both of Amy's super chats helped. Both of Crawfish's super chats hurt. They just, I don't know how to explain it. It just was the wrong chat at the wrong time. I mean, What are the odds that Ron is going to pick spiders to bite crawfish to give him that extra boost? It would have. It would have worked, but it broke his shell. So too little, too late, and Tommy's strategy changed it right off the bat. You guys are great. Thank you for a great night of PDL. We're a little bit over 3 hours. Crawfish says Tommy Super Chat changed the strategy right off the bat. So, well, you know what? Well done to Tommy, because it wasn't it wasn't a super malicious type of thing. It was a subtle, let me make it a little bit different, and it was good. It worked out. But let me get your thoughts. What was what do you guys think was the best play of the night? What was the best play or the most unexpected play? Crawfish did almost 20 points of damage with the grenades. I will tell you guys, though, Amy's even got a healing ring. So her healing ring could have still activated. So she was in a pretty good spot. But I agree. The dog changed the strategy early on. And the super chats backfired. They buffered a little bit of the damage. And I think the biggest one was the spider, to be honest. Crawfish says the control smoke with the armor. Yeah, I mean, you got control smoke with armor and you got 2 unlucky rolls in a row. I mean, the odds of you failing a 33 and failing a 33 are what? Like 16%? You had a 16% chance of being hit without your armor. That's pretty substantial. But even though, see, this is the thing. That spider bite by Ron really took a turn away from you. So I think that was the biggest play of the game. Because even if she would have hit you with the grenade, it would have absorbed all the damage. It's a complete shell that covers you that would have bought you another turn. And another turn, you might finish her off. So it was it was huge. I'm sorry, Ron. It was the wrong thing at the wrong time. I love it, everybody. Moonshot. And that's, the travel voucher was huge too. I think that would have been a good move. How about darkness? Throw darkness, and then you're close enough to your armor, you probably would have found your armor in the dark. So chill, get armor, darkness, get armor, reset it a little bit, not have somebody bite you with spiders when you have a protective shell. I mean, the whole purpose of seal smoke is to buy you a turn. It's to kind of absorb a hit, to keep you alive for another turn. So we are going to get some standings out there. Are Julia Muse and B-Dub the only 2 undefeated players at this point? I'll go back and check out the records. Father Ron got a loss. Dimes got a loss last week. Moonshot got a loss tonight. Crawfish got a loss tonight. Will got a loss last week. Tommy got a loss. Ray got a loss. Trigger got a loss. According to my calculation, B-Dub is 2-0 and Julia Muse is 2-0. I'll go back and double check that. We got a whole lot of players that are 1-1. It just got extremely competitive. Oh, that would have been nice. See, but now you're telling everybody your strategies for next time, Crawfish. He was going to use Fido with a clone smoke and then use darkness. That actually would have been nice. That would have been like a 3-turn advantage. And football, that's right. Football Masters undefeated, 1-0-1. You know, it's funny. Football Master would be 2-0 if Crawfish wouldn't have dropped a chandelier on him. Right now, we'd have Julia, Bonnie, and Football Master, and a chandelier kept Football Master from being 2-0. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Fear Smoke. Fear Smoke are very powerful, but not utilized. I'm a little surprised right now. Where's Moonshot? Moonshot, dropping Fear Smoke on Deadly Dimes. I don't know if you have it. I didn't check your inventory. But dropping Fear Smoke on Deadly Dimes would have made her run the other way and get back within your sniper range. That would have been my play. Instead of jumping off the side and doing a backward lunge and shooting her and landing on the bridge, I would have dropped Fear Smoke on her. Tommy, you guys aren't getting XP for PvP matches right now. It's just standings, and we're going to do rewards. But XP for PvP matches are going to come in the future. But we can't add them at this low of level because you guys will pass Friday scenario. And I can't get everybody up to like level 3 right away, so you blitz through what's going to happen at Crowley's Farm. And keep in mind, Friday night is the first time we're going to let your teams jump in there. Bonnie Wright says, I'm going to need a bigger boat. Bonnie, well, there's a 10-pack right there. Thank you for that. I appreciate your support, and thank you guys for being here. But, of course, we are going to be doing our pack event on Saturday morning. Bonnie might pick up some gold R's with that. You guys, those grenades are a difference maker. And Crawfish hit for serious damage. I mean, I think the 2 gold R's is what kept him in it, even though the odds were severely, severely against him. Now, coming in, he was better geared, slightly better geared than Amy. Both had good health. He was going to do a little bit more damage, but it was a fairly even match based on gear and what they've done to their gear. One of the more even matchups. He had a slight advantage to it, but you still have 2 more Fido uses. You might have more once I get it updated. I'll see if I don't know if you got 2 Fidos or 1, but yes, you have a total of 3 Fidos total. And we'll get Kel to add up your events, your super chats, things that you did tonight. Once again, PDL booster packs they don't go for packs. The super chats, the participation will certainly go for that. Jim, I don't have all the details of the rewards yet. I'm still working on. Right now I'm going to get the standings compiled, but it's going to be standings based to where you're going to want to get some matches in. It's not going to be solely on reward at the end of that match. We're going to have a ranking system. We're going to have a champion, and then we'll do some pretty neat rewards once we figure out who our top 10, top 15, top 20 players. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give points for wins and losses. And right now, of course, Bonnie, if there is a number 1 rated player, it's Bonnie. I wouldn't say Julia is the number 2 rated player based on difficulty of matches. If I'm looking at the standings right now, I'm just going to give you guys, this is not official. So What about a system restore? A system restore has nothing to do with PvP. System restore is only going to get rid of your death penalty when you're in a live scenario. And there will be some people to die this week. So your system restores are going to be more of a keep you from slowing down whenever you're doing an actual event. Mist wants to know about an asylum replay. Yes, but I got to get caught up with some other things. Inventory's getting faster. PvP is getting smoother. Pack openings are getting more efficient. Less questions during the pack opening. So are we going to do replays? Yes, we are. And there's some items in the asylum that some higher level players might want to go back through the asylum again. Like Will, Amy, Crawfish, Dimes. They may want to take a group of maybe 5 people in there. Now, it's going to scale up slightly. So it is just not like a complete domination. But at the same time, people that want to put together a group and go back through the asylum or run a new player through the asylum will get some of those opportunities. Yeah, the asylum's not going away. And later on, there might be a higher version of the asylum. So stay tuned for that. The asylum is a permanent part of our Play Dead Live story, a permanent part of our culture. You will be able to go through it again. New players will be able to go through it. Veteran players will be able to go through it at higher levels as well. And same thing with Crowley's Farm and all the additional situations that we get through. Great question. So if I had to tentatively rate the players right now, I would probably say B-Dub would come in as the number 1 rated player. Dimes would probably barely edge out Amy. Amy would come in as the 3rd rated player. Big win over Crawfish. Crawfish and Father Ron. You know, right now I'm kind of torn. I would probably say B-Dub, Dimes, and then Father Ron, Crawfish, and Amy. And you know what? It's any person's game at this point. Next week's matches are going to give us a little bit more indication. But the only thing I would feel comfortable about is saying right now I would say B-Dub and Dimes. And then there's a whole lot of people really close at 3rd. Will, Crawfish, Father Ron. It's close and competitive. We haven't seen Gemstone yet. Gemstone is going to be raring to go. Trigger, very good gear. Had a rough night the first night. Look at this. I mean, the only person Trigger lost to, she's only played 1 match, but the only person she lost to is the person that's number 1. So you could put Trigger in the mix as well, too, and say we've yet to see who the next player that's going to jump in there. Trigger could certainly be right up there. So going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see how the standings pan out by the end of the month, and then we'll figure rewards and rankings and titles. And Moonshot took a setback. I know he's got a quest to win that title. But once somebody gets that title, then they're going to start doing challenge matches. So you'll have a chance. It won't just be about rankings. It's going to be about your opportunity to challenge the champ. So we might start to see upsets, and we might start to see the belt change hands. Right now there's no belt in play. But what if B-Dub has the belt and she has to go against Crawfish, and Crawfish gets that epic win? So great participation and all of you guys get on board. I will hopefully have inventories for you guys tomorrow. We have a Walking Dead stream tomorrow night. So most of the inventories are done. I got to do printouts, a couple other things. Obviously, these items will not be deducted from your inventories yet. and there are a few items that got traded that may show up in your inventory. So don't look at tomorrow's inventory and say, hey, I got that banded armor +3, and then the next day I take it out, because there are some trades that I did not fully finalize. So it'll be a close inventory tomorrow, but it may slightly be adjusted, and then the items from tonight and your PDL bundles and stuff that were added will all come out. But great job. We are 3.5 hours, everybody. Friday night, Crowley's Farm. Saturday, more new gear, a couple packs opened, inventory adjustments, and Monday night, main events. Anybody want to throw down a challenge? Is it too early? Anybody want to go ahead and stake a claim? Retirement coming on fast. B-Dub, I think there's a lot of respect right now. There's certainly going to be challenges. I do show, even if you're not in the stream. Can I sell my 2 gold bars? I already did. Control smoke. Initiative, control smoke, remove armor. Next turn, throw a Goldar. That could be a couple turn win. Where's Will? Where's Tommy? Where's the challenges? Tommy wants Tommy and Moonshot. Hey, Tank, are you? Oh, there it is. Tommy the Tank casting the first stone. What do you think, Moonshot? So, Jim says, what are the rules of giving someone items during live PDL? There are no giving items during live PDL because it slows the gameplay down. The inventory items are exchanged during our Saturday inventory streams or during one of our banker streams that we've done multiple times during the week. So, it won't happen live, but I'm going to do more of the banker streams during the week, so you guys will get a chance to get involved in more of those. We can do some late ones too for people on the West Coast. So if Tommy wants Moon, I need a dance partner, and Crawfish is asking Amy to a challenge match. I don't know, Crawfish. Amy might have bigger fish to fry. Where's the messenger of the Lord? I think did he throw who did he throw out a challenge to? I know he threw out a challenger to Chuck the messenger. That is Chuck will fight him. Chuck doesn't have anywhere near the gear, but Chuck will be like, I'll fight you. I don't care. Come at me, bro. I'm going to tell you guys, you better watch out when Chuck the Messenger gets some gear, though. Because there was a lot of, I'm taking my scalpel and going for the throat. I'm taking my medic bag and I'm going to defibrillate somebody. Cardinal is calling Amy back for another dance. All right, we're going to give that a little thought. I think first we need to get Gemstone in the mix. So how about Gemstone meeting up with the messenger of the Lord? What do you guys think about that? Valar, super chatting for Mist. Only shot you, girl, because you shook the ropes. You shook it. I hate heights. I wanted to get off that mountain. Gives 2 packs for her. All right, Kel. Valar picking up a 2-pack for Mist. I want to see Mist get in the mix too. I'm telling you, there's some deadly people out there. Mist had some sneaky plays. Even the trash compactor. Or, Crawfish says, I will take on any of the undefeated. All right, you know what? There it is. Jim is undefeated. Crawfish versus Jim. Jim, your first match is going to be officially set up on Monday versus the Crawfish. You got to see him play tonight. And you know what? I'm going to call it Battle for the Bionic Shoulder. They both need a bionic shoulder to go up to ATT 8. Or actually, Jim's 1 level below. They both need the bionic shoulder to go up 1 additional ATT. So I'm booking it right now, Monday night. These are the 2 matches. Tank versus Moonshot. Crawfish versus Jim. That's all I'm booking definitely for tonight. If you guys have some additional challenges, additional shout-outs, additional matches, somebody you want to go after, if Amy wants to go after B-Dub, if B-Dub wants to go after Father Ron, if Will wants to get in the mix and challenge Amy or challenge one of the above, make it happen. You guys are all going to end up fighting each other eventually. I know Will and Amy are on the same team, but it's going to be a fight in PvP at some point. I know Crawfish and Moonshot are going to show down. We're going to get a battle of the cloth. We're going to have Crawfish versus Father Ron. Everybody's going to get a chance to square off. It is all fun and games. It's all to have a good time. It's all for strategy. But when you step in that squared circle, it's going down, right? Messenger of the Lord. All right, everybody, let's wind this thing down. Get some rest. I could stay up and talk to you guys all night long about PDL. It has been a long, tiring day for me personally. But I got to tell you guys, when I get in here, it all is blocked out. All the noise is blocked out, and it's about this group and this fun and this enjoyment. And you guys bring this game to life. So thanks for everything that you guys do. I will see you tomorrow. I may stream a little bit early to get some inventory and bankers. So if I do an AM stream, I possibly could do maybe a 10 a.m., maybe a 2 a.m. I might do multiple banker streams tomorrow. So stay tuned. If we get a chance to do that, then we'll reach out, and hopefully tomorrow is going to be less drama and more moving forward with the game, our Walking Dead content, and just getting the Army back focused on what we need to focus on. Everybody have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.